In this video, we go hands-on with Pioneer's W8400NEX wireless CarPlay head unit. Here's the question, is it really worth the price premium to go wireless? Check out our full video right now. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Mac. Be sure to thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any upcoming videos. So here is the W8400NEX from Pioneer. It is a 7-inch head unit. It features a capacitive touchscreen, and what sticks out is that this thing has physical buttons at the bottom of the unit. These aren't capacitive buttons like on the unit we reviewed back in the summer. These are physical tactile buttons that you can press. That's both good and bad. From a look standpoint, it looks a little bit cluttered, but from a usability standpoint, I much prefer tactile buttons. Now, you also have other features like a tilt screen that reveals a hidden CD/DVD player and SD card slot. And admittedly, in today's streaming heavy society, that feels a little bit unnecessary in 2019, although I will say that the tilt functionality is sort of a guilty pleasure of mine. I really like that. So you can see with all these features, the DVD player, the articulating screen, the SD card slot, even RGB buttons, Android Auto support, yes, that's in here as well, along with the wireless CarPlay, you can see why this unit demands the price that it does, around $800 on Amazon. So let's run a boot test. I'm gonna power on the car right now, and we're gonna see how long it takes to boot up. The last time I checked, it was about 13 or 14 seconds. All right, so right on the money, about 14.5 seconds to boot up from power off. Now, traditionally, OEM head unit interfaces are not very good. Just the overall design, the navigating through menus, the images, the graphics, they're usually not very good, right? And that really doesn't change here with this Pioneer unit. Although it is fairly responsive for a OEM interface, it's still kind of generic looking, although I will give them props for all the customizable features, backgrounds, wallpaper. You can even customize the buttons with RGB lighting, as you can see here. So I changed my buttons to pink. You can change the background clock, the theme. There's just so much to customize here, and I appreciate that. But that doesn't change the fact that it looks kind of generic, right? Okay, so let's connect wireless CarPlay. You just press and hold the voice control button, and you'll see that little pop-up. Open up your Bluetooth settings, tap on the name of the head unit, and then you want to tap pair. And then I'm not going to allow contacts, and then tap yes on the screen, and then tap on use CarPlay. And that's it, folks. That's all you need to do to get started using wireless CarPlay. It will automatically boot into CarPlay just like that, and you're good to go. This is running wirelessly. That is awesome. So if you've ever used CarPlay, you know exactly what to expect. You can go into the phone app and the other stock apps like music, maps, messages, and just navigate through. Pay special attention to how responsive the interface is, even though it's connected wirelessly to my iPhone XS Max. Remember, CarPlay is basically just a window to your iPhone. Everything's running on the iPhone, so it has to stream all that data over to the head unit wirelessly. And as you can see, it's performing like a champ. It is super responsive, no lag whatsoever. Now, a lot of that probably has to do with the iPhone XS Max, just how powerful it is. But remember, it still has that wireless connection it has to negotiate, so I'm pretty impressed. Now, one of my biggest complaints about the budget Pioneer unit that we reviewed back in the summer was the lack of tactile volume controls. In my opinion, since Siri can't control volume, I think it's so important to have tactile volume buttons, like physical buttons, so that you can easily change the volume and keep your eyes on the road. Now, this is less of a complaint against the Pioneer unit and just an overall CarPlay complaint. It doesn't support multi-touch, so it's kind of clunky to navigate around apps. You can't pinch to zoom, for instance. You have to tap those little arrow buttons, and that's just terrible. Hopefully Apple changes that in the future. We will see what they decide to do. A big part of the CarPlay experience is, of course, using Siri, and there is a dedicated voice control button on the head unit itself. You can also invoke Siri using the voice control button on your steering wheel or using the virtual home button in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, here's another reason why this unit demands a premium, and that's because it doesn't just have CarPlay, but it also has Android Auto. So that is really awesome. If you have people in your household that are Android users, they are certainly going to appreciate being able to use Android Auto, and you can easily enable it and toggle between CarPlay and Android Auto simply by visiting the settings. Super simple, super easy. Now here's a question. How long does it take to establish the wireless connection when you get in your car and turn it on? Well, let's find out. I just turned the car on. Head unit's booting up. And if you look in the upper left-hand corner of the iPhone, you'll notice the little time there, and that should turn blue once the CarPlay connection has been established. See it? So in all, that was about 21 seconds or so from turning the car on from cold start until you're ready to go with CarPlay. Now I imagine a lot of that depends on the actual vehicle, so your mileage may vary. It may be faster for you or it may be a little slower. But I think roughly 20 seconds or so is a reasonable amount of time to expect to wait. So what are my thoughts? Well, I have a few complaints. Obviously, the buttons are kind of clunky looking. You have that DVD player, which just seems outdated in 2019. And the resolution, 800 by 480, is a little bit on the low side given the price. And yes, at $800, it is quite a bit more pricey than the budget Pioneer option that we reviewed back in the summertime. However, wireless CarPlay is an absolute win, and I am firmly convinced that that is the way I want to go from now on. I never want to use a wire again. It is so good. You just get in your car and go. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. This is Jeff with 9 to 5 Mac.